Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you a brand new episode. Part 3 of What If Naruto Became the God of Sound. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, remember to go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying talking back to all of you. And yes, I indeed have 3 channels, Anime King, Anime King 2, Anime King 3, which I post what you find every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support. And also turn on that bell notification on all 3 channels to see exactly when I post, because I indeed post every single day. Links will be down in the description, so yeah. Without further ado, what is we get into this guys? Start the intro. So the last time we left off, it was team selection, as Sakura was making a big fuss. But it was then that she gained some realization from Sasuke of all person, as Sasuke was close friends with Naruto, probably best friends. She was surprised by that, but she didn't take the time to notice, and it made her feel horrible. She even spoke to Haruka, because she was supposed to be in Team 7, but there was a message from the Hokage himself, putting her on Team 8 and Hinata was placed on Team 7, and she was angry about that. But after getting a realization check, she was humbled and she thought about everything. So with that, she and her new team ended up pissing Kakashi off, as for the first time he was going to actually show up early. As Naruto and the others met their sensei, her name was Anko Midarashi, and Naruto knew her. She was a bit crazy, yes she was. So that was a bit off-putting because she was indeed crazy. They were gonna have to do something about that. But for now, as Anko gave them all a form as Naruto brought it to Jiraiya, who read it over but he didn't say anything about it. As Mikoto signed Sasuke's and she didn't say anything about it either. Hayashi didn't even look at the letter, as he just signed and told her to go. When they arrived there, Hinata told everyone what happened, as even Anko was a bit off-putting by that. But their job was to stay in the forest of death for 24 hours and survive, as they had been given all of this in their letter, and if their parents didn't believe that they were ready for it, they could have said no. But Hinata felt terrible because her father did not even look. Things became really bad in the forest as Team 7 also faced off against Kakashi, as they worked together as a team and came up with a good strategy. Or maybe Kakashi just let them win, but they got the belts in the end. They chose to give up rather than going in as one, as they worked together from a team now on, and Kakashi saw something inside them, as he said that they passed now. With that, someone came to pay Hayashi a visit. He didn't know who it was because it was wearing a mask, but he was told that Hinata should be removed from his clan. To the way of her bad treatment, Hayashi was furious about this. Who the hell is this person telling him what he can do with his daughter? As he was rather upset, but the person did not reveal their identity. Meanwhile that was going on, Hinata had used her Byakugan for most of the day, and she was now getting exhausted. Her Byakugan deactivated, she did not even notice, as she cried when Naruto snuck up on her, thinking that she was a failure. But he told her to calm down, that everything was gonna be fine. She ended up falling asleep. Her body was exhausted, she just was pushing herself. It was then that Naruto spoke to Sasuke about the Kyuubi, and what Mizuki had told him about him being the beast. But Sasuke told him that was nonsense, as he never once believed that Naruto was a Kyuubi. That wasn't possible. It was then that a massive beast in the forest attacked the group. The thing could even talk. It had gained sentience and awareness more than any other animals. It was like the alpha in the forest. As Naruto came up with a plan, because of his devil fruit that he ate, it also gave him immense strength. But Use that strength was not what you want right now. He jumped as the thing swallowed him. Sasuke's eyes went wide as he watched his best friend get devoured right in front of him. So yeah guys, was basically as we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check out yourself. So, what do you say we begin this new episode? Let's get right into this guys. At this very moment, Naruto was currently sliding down the throat of the beast. He tried something to slow his descent, but it was nothing. Everything was so slippery, and the smell of stomach acid was getting closer. As Naruto let out the loudest scream that he possibly could. It could have probably killed a human if they were in front of him. But this wasn't a human, not to mention he was inside this creature. As it simply shook the entire insides. As they started tightening even more around him. He was getting closer to the stomach. Damn it. Shadow Clone Jutsu! 10 clones appear as they blocked the tube, stopping him. As he breathed a sigh of relief, on the outside, the throat of the centipede was blocked up. It started to heave and thrashed around. It saw the river and dunked its head in as it started to drink water by the gallon. The water fell on Naruto as they all started to lose their grip and slide. Oh no. Shadow Clone Jutsu, all 10 of them yelled. The centipede chest expanded before it exploded. Naruto clones all poof away as he landed. As Sasuke blinked in shock. Time skip. Anko couldn't help it. She couldn't stop laughing. Naruto was green. Not sick green. He was literally green. Right down to his hair. They told me that you had a close one, but this is ridiculous, she said. Who? Sasuke asked. You didn't honestly think I would send a bunch of kids in alone, right? You had an Anvu team following you down the whole time. And I had you guys well. My orders were if you guys make it to any stomach of any creature, they were to kill it and get you guys out. Of course you would have failed then, so I told them to give you a chance to save yourself. Now why do you have those pieces of the carapace? Asked Anko. Hinata could not see it. I think it's a good try to keep something that is immune to the Byakugan, said Naruto, as he had the piece over his shoulder, along with the remains of his guitar, as he really cried over that one. Anko nodded. Well then, you three passed, she said. Hinata, I also know about your breakdown in there. You are no less stronger than these two. It was just too much. But I will understand if you want to quit right now and find another profession. Seeing that you all passed, the other two will not go back to the academy. So if one of us had left before we had passed, we would have all went back, asked Sasuke. Yes, there are teams for a reason. If one breaks down, the others will be there to help. A loner will never get too far. So what do you want to do, Hinata? I will feel stressed like that again, won't I, she asked. Yes, Anko said, as she would not lie to them now. But there will be a difference to then and now. Later, when you feel it again, you can look at it and laugh, saying that you have fought worse. That, as the greenest genin ever, you have come across some of the fiercest monsters in this side of the Fire Country. And that now you have learned experience, and you will not make the same mistake again. As Hinata thought about it, Sasuke threw in that giant fireball against the scorpion. As big as a horse, the fire only darkened his shell. Naruto being eaten by the centipede, herself dodging multiple snake lunges that tried to eat her. The last 24 hours were hell, but they had survived it. Was that a good enough reason to go on? She looked towards her teammate. Sasuke, Naruto-kun, will you help me get stronger, she said. I don't want to be a burden like that ever again. Naruto opened his mouth, but Sasuke beat him to it. Hinata, you are not a burden. How many of those things do we dodge because of you? We would have failed without you. Yeah, take a look at this, said Naruto. He motioned to his guitar. This was a gift from my uncle. Common enough, but irreplaceable to me. But it was worth losing to make sure that you stay with us, said Naruto. Hinata moved and pulled the both of them in a hug. She would pass out for it later, but she needed to do this now. Naruto smiled as he turned towards Anko. I think that's a yes, he said. Time skip. Naruto stood in an instrument shop, looking for a new guitar. He had placed old one on the wall, where it will forever be a monument there for him. He had lost it to keep Hinata. That was more than fear. As he looked at the instruments there, he knew how to play them all. Perhaps it was because of his abilities. As he checked over many of them, he came towards the battle instruments. There was a kuna with a flute in the center, a guitar with a blade face, and many other such weapons, but none of them seemed right to him. "Can I help you, young man?" the manager asks. She was an elderly woman that moved to the village after the attack, so she never bothered him. I'm looking for something that will compliment me," said Naruto. "Something when I hear and see it. It pulls at my heartstrings," said Naruto. "What instrument?" she asks. "Oh, any," said Naruto. "I can play them all." She chuckled a bit. "Now that's a good joke. Really now. What do you play?" she asks. "I told you, I can play them all. I'll show you." "Name a song and an instrument." "Moonlight, on the violin," she said, as she took one of the violins and gave it to him. He took 30 seconds to tune the instrument. Even without his powers, he could play that song perfectly. As people heard the music, several customers in the store stopped. Even people from outside stepped inside as they glanced, as the thing was just something about it that pulled at people. When he was finished, he placed it back in the case. "Believe me now," he said. The woman gaped in shock as he took a banjo and played a song on it. He then took a guitar and played on the guitar. The woman was speechless. "Where did you learn to play like that?" she asked. "I have a natural affinity for music," said Naruto. "It helped with my bloodline," said Naruto. "Although I still had to practice before I get good." She blinked. "Of all the bloodlines I've heard of, I've never heard of one like this before," she said. "There's more to it than that." "But yeah," said Naruto. "It actually comes from the pirate ocean, if Gigi is to be believed." The woman thought about it for a moment. "I might have one after all. You held that guitar like an old friend." "I had one. From my godfather. Nothing real too special except for what it meant to me," said Naruto. "Before you can have it though, you will need to play it first," she said, as she went into the back. She then came up with a rather odd guitar. It was shaped from the bones of a giant fish. This once belonged to the pirate Miko. Not only did it have a sound that broke the hearts of those who listened, he also used it in combat, like no one has ever seen before. As Naruto took it, the bones are hollow to reverberate the sound back, to enhance it. As he looked over the thing, "You're good," she said. "You haven't plucked the string yet though." As Naruto still eyed the guitar, "You said it made a sound for him, as if no one else has," said Naruto. "Because when he died, the sound in the guitar died as well. Ever since there's been a hollow, mournful note that came from it. If you can play it as it once was, it will be yours." As Naruto sat down, he checked every part of it. First were the strings. They looked like they were worn down because of water. But when he ran his fingers across it, there was absolutely no damage. He tested every single string and found that they did not need to be replaced. Despite the years since it was last really played, he took his time tightening or loosening them until he found out that it was right. "Come on, hurry," someone said, as they really wanted to hear him play. But Naruto took his time. As Naruto's fingers brushed one of the bones, the end of it, and it cut his skin. It will be gone in less than 10 minutes, so he wasn't worried, but still, the thing was sharp. He tapped each of the bones, checking if they were loose, but they were not. As he noticed the manager looking at him as he checked over everything, he then glanced up. "Oh, I'm sorry ma'am," he said. "I'm Naruto Uzumaki. Call me Ruto," she said. "What do you think so far?" she asked. "That all the others who have tried to make this theirs have not looked beyond the string," said Naruto. She smiled at that. "You're right." As Naruto got to his feet, "It's obviously priceless." "I'm sorry, I can't take this," he said. She smiled once again. "Again, you are right. And in more ways than one. That was my great-grandfather's. We have kept it and passed it throughout the family of anyone who can appreciate such a unique guitar. But those have been growing fewer and fewer. But you can see it, can't you? The soul that is inside of it." As Naruto nodded a bit, "I can see that it desperately wants to be played once again. And that is all you need to know. Now play it," she said, as Naruto strummed the string. As he started to sing, everyone around him remained silent as they watched. The song was slow, as Naruto was shaking. He had played that song a lot of time before, but he never heard it like this. A part of him wanted to take the guitar and run. Another part wanted him to give it back because no mortal No one deserved to hold this beautiful instrument. Ruto had tears in her eyes. She wiped them away. It has been so long, she said. What do you think now, she asks. That I run away with her, or give her back to be put where no one can even dream of playing with her. No person can ever pull from her the voice that she really possesses. As Naruto wasn't even noticing that he was referring to the guitar as a person now. And no person should have to live with that knowledge, that as beautiful as they can play her, she is still holding back more. Ruto grinned. That I have told. It's the same thing my grandfather said. But he kept her anyway, and he kept her close. He finally did unlock her true voice. Many singers and musicians gave up when they heard that voice, because they knew that they would never be that good. As she turned to see others, they had tears in their eyes from his song. I can't swim, Naruto said, and yet everywhere I turn, I see things that remind me of when I could. Ruto nodded, as she got the gravity of what he was saying. He didn't mean to say it out loud. Such a weakness from a boy who had so few to care for him. So she was not going to keep Fukahon from her chosen player, and she believed that this boy is a chosen one. Naruto, that is Fukahon. Have you ever heard of the sword Samihata? It is a sword that is very much alive, and only lets certain people wield it. This guitar is of the same make. She only lets certain people play her fully. What you have done today is more than I've heard since I was a child. I want you to take her, and she leaned in and whispered in his ear. She will let you breathe underwater if you get her to reveal her true voice. And she's also from the Pirate Ocean. I think that she would have no one else. Naruto nodded, his eyes never leaving Fukahon, as Ruto gave him a strap that was made from shark skin. They're all yours. For a price though. When you finally bring her true voice out, I want you to return and play me a song. As Naruto thanked her, he placed the guitar on his back. He rushed to the tower to show the old man. Time skip. The sound of the guitar even reached the training ground, as one person in particular felt the pull. As Neji came to a stop in his training, Lee was about to ask why, but he heard as well. Even Guy came to a pause. The voice was lost from a distance, but the song could very much still be heard. Something seemed to happen to Neji as he staggered back and fell to the ground. Lee rushed over to him and asked him if he was alright, but he was not responding or speaking. He just sat there, unmoving, unblinking. Once the song came to a stop, Lee saw something he thought he might have never seen before. Neji crying. Neji, are you alright? I don't know. I just started to think about my father and how I treated my cousin, and I couldn't keep them in. Guy nodded. They say the music is the voice of the soul, and it has the power to heal as well. Tell me, Neji, do you feel regret for those? Yes, I miss my father to no end, but that is no excuse for what I've done to Hinata, he said, as he glanced down towards the ground. Well, maybe you should apologize to her, said Tenten, as Neji just sat where he was. Meanwhile, Kushina, I have some bad news for you, said Sasuke, as he turned towards his baby sister. I'm afraid that Naruto's guitar got broken when we were gone. Before she could even begin to cry about that, they heard a guitar right outside. They rushed to the window and saw Naruto holding up his new guitar. Hey there, he said. I thought I'd come by and play Kushina's favorite song. As Kushina pushed past Sasuke and ran, she ran outside in joy. Time skip. As Neji had finally made it home, he was about to open the door to the estate, but someone else was there. Hey, wait. Neji turned. Can I help you? Yes, I'm Naruto, Hinata's teammate. I was hoping I could go to talk to her. Neji glanced over the boy. I was just about to talk to her myself. I'm her cousin Neji. Come with me. A pleasure, said Naruto, as Neji stepped towards the woman. Where's Lady Hinata? Her father just summoned her to his chambers. They thanked the person and made their way to the room. They knocked. Go away! The boy said immediately. Lord Hayashi, I wish to have a word with your daughter. She isn't here. Now leave! But the Neji paused. Remember what the servant said. He activated his Byakugan What he saw shocked him as he kicked the door open. As Hayashi had Hinata's limp body against the wall, gripping her throat, Naruto saw Hinata's arms drop from where she was trying to stop him from choking her. Everything became red for Naruto. "I'll kill you," he said. Naruto launched himself towards Hayashi. The man ducked as Naruto's fist pulverized the wall. Hinata fell as Neji caught her. "Naruto, we have to run," he said. "No, I'm gonna kill him." He's a master of the gentle fists. Fleeing is the only way to secure Hinata's safety. You will not be able to run far enough. Hayashi activated the seal on Neji's forehead as Neji dropped, as he started to scream out in pain. "And Hinata will die for betraying the Hyuga clan. And you too will die for interfering." "She didn't betray her clan," Naruto said in rage. "She wants to get stronger to impress you, and be a good leader for it." "And the envoy that came to see me about charges being brought up by her," said Hayashi. "You idiot! She told our sensei that you did not read our orders." "It was our sensei that got you that you did not care enough about her," said Naruto. The ground started to crack as red chakra started to swirl around Naruto. Seeing that enveloped the boy, Hayashi moved forward to strike Naruto. But to his shock, Naruto caught his arm. Snap! As Naruto snapped it and clenched his other fist, as a massive cloak arm appeared on Naruto's. As he drove it forward, it plunged into his stomach and tore many of the flesh there apart. The next thing he knew, he was in the forest, blasted out of his estate. As Naruto calmly walked towards him, as he started to laugh. "You really made the kid mad," said Naruto. But the voice was not his. It was, but there was something else. Something else guiding it. He doesn't even realize that he isn't in control right now. All he wants is for you to die. That wound in your stomach will kill you. Not in anytime soon though. 3 days from now, you will die. From blood loss, infection, dehydration, starvation, and worst of all, chakra poison. If I could, I would eat you right now. But I can't even reach a kid from inside of him. So this will have to do instead. Oh yes, I can't make you go back to the village to warn them." The Kyuubi reached out and grabbed Hayashi's legs as he snapped them like a twig. Too bad this isn't going to likely happen anytime soon once again. The kid has too much control over his emotions, as Hayashi was gone in the forest deep. Moments later, Naruto blinked in confusion as he found himself near the Hyuga estate. As he looked around, he saw Neji and Hinata. As they were on the ground, he rushed over to them. He grabbed them both and put them on his shoulders as he rushed towards the hospital. "I need help!" Hyuga Hinata was almost strangled to death by her father, and Neji Hyuga just collapsed on the floor, clutching his head in pain. The closest nurse rushed over as she called over for the stretcher. "Female, not breathing, collapsed airway." The other is a Hyuga member with an overused curse seal. Life sign is fading rather quickly. As they were rushed off as Naruto went after them. "No, you can't help now. Go and tell the envoy what has happened." Naruto stopped feeling more useless than he ever had before. He should have gotten there sooner. He couldn't really remember what happened to Hayashi, but he would find him, and he was gonna rip him apart. As he felt so much rage as he turned and ran, he went through hand sign as a light shot in the sky. Ox arrived in a good 30 seconds. "Naruto, what is it?" he asked. "Hayashi Hyuga. He just tried to kill his daughter Hinata, and Neji as well, and myself. Now he's missing." Ox nodded. "I will report this to Hokage and your sensei. Stay here. If their condition worsens, send the flare once again." As Naruto nodded as Ox was gone. As Naruto did not feel comfortable by this. Hinata was dying, and so was that nice guy Neji, who tried to help them, and all because he didn't want to leave. Because of damn Hayashi. He's gonna pay. He's gonna pay. Time skip. Naruto sat in the waiting room. His head lowered, his hair shadowing his eyes, as he was singing a sad song. One of the lights turned off as he jumped up. As he looked up, "Is she?" The doctor shook his head. It was a boy. He's fine now. His condition has stabilized. "Have you told his team yet?" "No, I was afraid for my teammate. I made 2 clones to send them off though." A good 30 seconds afterwards, Guy and Lee rushed inside, dragging at base Tenten. Where is he? He's in the operating room. They are prepping him to move him to another room, said Naruto. Who are you? Asked Lee. Naruto Uzumaki, said Naruto. It was my clone that told you. Guy nodded. Thank you. What happened? He said, as Naruto's head was still down. Hyuga Hayashi tried to kill his daughter. Neji and I, we tried to stop them. When Neji wanted to leave though, I wanted to make him pay. And now Neji's hurt and Hayashi is missing. So it's your fault that he's here, said Tenten. As she yelled, Tenten, enough, said Lee. Can't you see how much it's hurting him? But Lee is right, said Guy. The person to blame here is not young Naruto. It is the missing Hayashi. Not long later, Neji was taken to the new room, and his team went in. As Naruto's team arrived, and he did not even move. Sasuke looked at Naruto and saw how he was beating himself up over Hinata. He cared about her deeply. His side of the battle had just started and he already lost. Hinata liked him, and he liked Hinata. As Naruto was not the one blaming himself though. Uncle knew what happened. It was because she told the Hokage this, along with Tiger. That woman was full of strong emotions. Well, so was she, but Tiger would not hesitate in confronting someone that wronged someone, even if they were a clan head. But if she had kept it to herself and she didn't tell Tiger, this wouldn't have happened. It was her fault. The light turned off as the doctor came out. Are you her sensei? Uncle looked up, yes, as Naruto glanced up as well. The woman continued. We had to do an emergency surgery to reconstruct her airway. For the time being, she will have to stay here in the hospital, because we have to monitor and keep it open until it is strong enough to stay itself, meaning she's unable to eat solid foods. But will she be alright, said Naruto. Physically, yes. She'll be able to leave in 2 weeks, but mentally I don't know. She could rebound from this, or she could fall apart and never recover. It was her father that did this, correct? Yes, said Naruto. The doctor sighed. I have had dealings with the Hyuga before, and sadly, this is not my first time treating Hinata. Only branch members come in more often than she does. And always, it's the same thing. She hurt herself doing training. A father is to protect their children, not hurt them. The more the doctor spoke, the more Naruto trembled. I'm sorry but you can't see her right now, but tomorrow morning, you can. Time skip. Sasuke was in a chair by her bed. As Hinata slowly shifted, her eyes opened. She was about to move her lips. Don't speak. You won't be able to, and you might hurt yourself, Sasuke said. She nodded. She felt something attach her neck touch her chin. A trembling hand came up as a tube was in her neck. She looked at Sasuke scared. You couldn't breathe. They put that in so you could at first. Now it's served to get nutrients into your stomach. I'm told that it should come out in about a week and a half. She looked around very confused. As Sasuke gave her a pen and a paper, as she wrote, How did I get here? Naruto and Neji came to see you. When they did, they found you almost dead. Neji was able to get you away, while Naruto tried his best to hold him back. A more confused look came on her face. Let me guess, it's about Neji helping you. She nodded her head. No one can explain it, not even his teammates. He heard a song and all of a sudden he regret what he did to you. She wrote, he's sorry. Yes, he's causing quite the ruckus, wanting to see you, and he demands to be told when you're awake. Hinata smiled. Her cousin didn't hate her anymore, but her father. As a downtrodden look came on her face, she wrote, What happened to Naruto? He's perfectly fine for the most part. He's mad that Hayashi got away, but otherwise, he's good. As she smiled, wider than before. I am not sure I should be the one telling you this, but it is very apparent that you like him. Her face turned red, and it is very apparent that he likes you as well. Why can't the both of you see how each other feels? She could have jumped for joy, but she couldn't at the moment. So she did the next best thing. She gave Sasuke a hug, and a kiss on the cheek as well. Time skip. As Naruto was at the doorway as he came to a stop. They really made a nice couple as he smiled at that. He wasn't going to ruin this moment. As he saw the nurse, Excuse me, can you give this to Hinata Hyuga? The nurse took the flowers. You know, it would be best if you give her them yourself. Nah, Too shy to when she's awake, said Naruto as he turned to walk away. As he hummed as he spoke, all for the love of a girl. The nurse went by Neji's room to inform him that Hinata was awake. Moments later, Hinata-sama, as Neji was standing there was a crutch under his left arm. The nurse telling him that he should be resting. I am fine. Just give me a moment, he said. As he bowed his head, I apologize for my actions towards you. Up to this moment, I know that they were not your fault. I deeply regret my actions, and I'm here to beg you for your forgiveness. He heard something scribbling on the pad. As he glanced up to see that she wrote down something. I forgive you, Neji. Just please don't hate me. The tears threatened to spill from his eyes, seeing what she wrote, as he walked over towards her bed and placed a hand on her hand. I truly am sorry, he said. Thank you for your forgiveness. As she smiled at him. Time skip. As Team 7 was currently disbanded, not completely but until Hinata recover, because they didn't want to jump the gun and just put a new member on the team. They want to see if she wants to continue as a kunoichi. He needed to do something as he put his guitar on his back. As he made his way outside of the village, there was a town a few miles away that always appreciate a good musician, and they show it with coins. As he made his way towards said town, the people were captivated by his music. Once he was done, there were cheers and applause. Thank you, you're too kind, he said, as he saw a blonde-haired girl not too far away, smiling at the music. She was a few years older than him, and there was a tan marking on her forehead. As Naruto was not wearing his headband either, so she was also a ninja trying to avoid notice, as they were in a tavern right now. After playing another song, as he sat next to the girl. So, he said, what are you doing here without your headband on? Trying to relax, she said. I can understand that. By the way, I only noticed because the tan lining you have, he said. Nothing you did wrong. She dropped her head. To be noticed by a traveling musician, she said. Not quite just yet, said Naruto. Things aren't that bad at home. As he bought a bowl of his favorite soup. I'm Naruto, he said. She went quiet. Again, understandable. With our profession, it isn't best to tell everyone your name. Our profession, she said. He reached into his pocket and pulled out his leaf headband. I come to relax as well. She smiled a bit. So you're a leaf, huh? Aren't you? Said Naruto. No. As she pulled out her headband, it showed the cloud symbol. Please, don't tell anyone you saw me. If my village find me, they will kill me. Or worse, make me go back. Naruto blinked in surprise at that one. Not quite the fate worse than death I was expecting. As he thought about all the ice gold glares that he received though, as he nodded. But then again, I can understand. I doubt it, she said. I can, said Naruto. Have you ever seen the very heart of winter? I see it every day in the eyes of those who do not know me, and what was truly done to me. But why? You seem like a nice guy. Nothing seemed odd about you. Oh, it's personal, said Naruto. You know, I have never told anyone this, but I have more than one dream. Everyone in Konoha know I want to be Hokage, but no one know I also want to be a pirate. She laughed. You're joking. No, I'm serious. My godfather used to tell me about stories, about the pirate ocean. From the up-and-coming Monkey D. Luffy, to the pirate of the kings, Gold Rogers and One Piece. They all follow their dreams. That is what a ship truly is. To set sail with freedom. Forever with nothing but your sword and friends at your side. No hatred, no worries, no paperwork. She chuckled a bit. The enemy of all Kages, paperwork. That does sound desirable. Tell you what, if you ever become a pirate, I'll join your crew, she said. No, not just a pirate, a captain, said Naruto. Aye, captain, she said. By the way, I am Yugito. Naruto Uzumaki, he told her. The door opened as 4 people came in. All of them wearing hoods. Out of habit, Naruto clicked his tongue as he saw what they looked like. He pulled her in close as he slipped off her headband. Hunter nymphs. As Naruto kissed her, her eyes went wide for a moment. As she realized what he was doing, as she relaxed, he shifted his shoulders so the tail of his guitar covered their faces, as the hunter ninjas just turned their head as they moved. Let's go, Heim, said Naruto. as he whispered in her ear. As soon as they were outside, they started to run into the forest. Damn, said Naruto, you weren't joking. Of course not. And I'm gonna hurt you for that, she said. He laughed. She was definitely different than Hinata. Well, whatever keep your freedom, he said. Meanwhile, Hyuga Hayashi. Hayashi opened his eyes as he saw a man. Silver hair, a demon looking, cobalt eyes. He wore black and silver. Do you fear death? Do you wish to die? No. Do you want revenge on the one that did this to you? Yes, Hayashi said. The man pulled something from his coat. It was a fruit. It was yellow with strange markings on it, like swirls. This is a devil fruit, the flare fruit. For a price, this will help you. It will rebuild you, make you faster, stronger. Your body will be remaking a fire that has never been seen before. And in the end, those flames will give you the power to kill the one that did this to you. Hayashi took the fruit as he bit into it. Time skip. As Naruto and Yugito came to a stop in a clearing, because Naruto called a wait. The place reminded him of the forest of death. Demon! Both of them turned around. I have only found you. What do you want with me, they said. Before they looked at each other, he was talking to me, the both of them said. The boy is right. I meant him, after all. You're only guilty of being associated with a demon, not being one yourself. The person stepped in the light, showing the face of Hayashi. Let me guess you're out here to finish the job. You bastard, you ran away, said Naruto. No, Kyuubi. You may not remember it, but you took me to this forest, and you left me to die. And now I will return the favor. Fire envelop him as he started to laugh. The power of this curse is amazing. I don't care what the price is. You ate a devil fruit, said Naruto. Die, demon, said Hayashi. A fist of fire shot from the army threw forward. Oto Oto back blast, Naruto yelled, as the fire stalled when it was hit. But the fire pushed through it and slammed into Naruto. As Naruto collapsed to the ground, he now understood why people say burnt to death was the worst way to die. But something was off. The heat... What the hell? He opened his eyes as he saw Yugito. Her body was surrounded by black flames. As they were eaten away, the devil fruit flames. Don't move, she said. Hayashi stopped the fires, certain that the demon was nothing but bones and ash right now. But what he saw surprised him. It was black flames. As it showed the girl hold on to Naruto. How are you alive? Because I'm the prison of the two-tailed hell cat, the Neji, and I will not let you hurt my first friend. Hayashi laughed. Two of them right here. The two-tailed cat and the nine-tailed fox right here, in their human bodies. How ironic. Nine tails? As Yugito turned her head towards Naruto. As he nodded. He attacked the village 13 years ago. Or I did, said Naruto. And the four to conceal him are me, inside his body. Why are you talking like that? Because he doesn't know, Hayashi said with a laugh. He could be the Kyuubi and just lost his memories. Or he could be the person. Allow me to clear it up for you. The fourth was a master at seals. There was nothing that he could not completely sealed. But you're wondering if living creatures are able to be sealed away. Yes. But he made the seal so the Kyuubi chakra could flow in your body at times of extreme stress. You got so angry he was able to take over. As Naruto looked down. Now where was I? Hayashi said. Oh yes. Fire consumed his entire body but he did not burn. Die, demon, he said as he started to shot random flames all over the area. Naruto hid behind the boulder. You ate a devil fruit, didn't you? Yes. The flare fruit. What do you know about them? Yugito asked. Besides his obvious weakness to water, he is another, said Naruto. His body sank right through water. We could use that if there was a river or lake here, but there is none, she said. Hey, I can attack using sounds. If I can get close, I can also use Fukahon as a blade weapon, so that has a use. Beyond playing music, as she looked at it, she noticed it was made from literal bones. As Hayashi blasted the area, Yugito leaped away. She remembered what happened 10 years ago. As she tried to remember that face, the Neji was a big help there. When she came out of the forest, brother, as she had transformed. Hiashi paused in shock. Hisashi? Brother, I've never blamed you. Tell me, what has become of my son? Hiashi paused, looking at his brother. No. My brother died. His instincts kicked in as he ducked. As Naruto guitar swing over his head. Oto wailed, Naruto screamed. Hiashi clutched his ears and dropped to the ground. But he released the fire in a massive wave as it blasted out in all different directions. As Naruto got off the ground and groaned. What is wrong, boy? Can't beat me with your pitiful bloodline. What? Hiashi was confused. The fire was leaping off him whenever he moved or touched. It was just jumping off his body. I can't control it! His arm and body started to burn. Help me, he screamed out. The two watched in shock as his body was eaten away by the flames. The devil fruit that he was given was not exactly the real devil fruit that was consumed a long time ago. But who gave him the fruit? As Hayashi's body turned into dust, as Naruto started to puke, seeing someone literally burn alive, everything in front of you. Yugito came over. Is that normal? No, that's definitely not normal. She waited for a few minutes before moving towards his remains. As his ghost appeared. What happened to you, Hiashi? A silver-haired man gave me a fruit. It was sweet and sickly yellow. It was covered in swirls. Tell me, how did you know about Hisashi? I spoke to him, like I'm speaking to you now. Go, your brother is waiting for you. She then made her way towards Naruto. I was able to get a little from his remains. He ate a fruit. A swirly yellow fruit. From a man with silver hair. That sounds like a devil fruit, but the abilities had never gone haywire before. And uncle told me the flavor of their fruit has already been eaten. So, a fruit grows every season, she said. Not these, said Naruto. How did he even get it? A fate then. Maybe someone is trying to grow them, said Yugito. Man, that can really mess up the world. Naruto walked to the center of the field as he clapped. Every fire was out in an instant. What did you... It's basic chemistry. To have a fire, you need 3 elements. Heat, fuel, and air. I'm not the student and nephew of Jiraiya for nothing. Hey, how about you come to Konoha? I'm sure Gigi will make you a ninja there and offer you protection. Well, there you are! As Uncle leaped over. Do you have any idea how you have been making Hinata cry? No buts. Sasuke told her that you care for her as well, and you don't even show up to talk to her, or even check on her. But I thought she liked Sasuke. I saw her kiss him. Where? On the cheek, he said, dropping his head. He had just made a damn fool of himself. I thought I was doing the right thing, he said. Do you have any idea how much people have said that in the past, for doing some stupid stuff? She then saw Yugito. You damn bastard. Was this what you were doing, hurting Hinata so that you can spend time with her? No, Uncle Sensei. It isn't like that, said Naruto as he tried to explain. I don't want to hear it, Uncle said. That is completely unforgivable. Hurting Hinata so that you can spend time with the first woman that opened her legs to you. I'll make sure she was tackled down to the ground by Yugito. Bitch, like I would ever do that with him. Oh, it doesn't look that way to me, with how much your clothes are messed up, as Uncle kneed her in the stomach. Because we were just attacked, said Yugito as she pulled her hair. Ladies, please stop, said Naruto. By who, Uncle said as she kicked Yugito in the face. Ladies, said Naruto. By some insane guy named Hayashi. As she pushed Uncle away, they charged forward once again. Oto bliss, said Naruto. As the both of them dropped to the ground. As they had smiles and grin on their faces. This was another attack made with the help of the scroll. At ultra, low frequencies sound can affect the mind, not mind control. Rather, it forces the brain to make the chemical that causes certain emotions. Right now he knew anger, fear, bliss, and pleasure. Yugito was purring, like whenever someone pet her ears. Anko on the other hand was moaning a bit, and called out a name. Haruka-kun, she said. As Naruto blinked in disbelief. Haruka and Anko? Alright you two, said Naruto, no more fighting. Understood? As he kept it going, they distantly nodded. Now Uncle-chan, I only just met Yugito-chan. I helped her get away from some cloud hunter nymphs. She has nothing to do with me not visiting Hinata. I honestly thought that she had liked Sasuke when I saw them kiss. Okay, Uncle replied. Now, Yugito-chan, don't pick a fight with my sensei. You're my friend, but she's not only my friend as well. She's my teammate. I would do anything to help her. So please don't make me choose between you two. Alright, I won't, as Naruto nodded, as he let it drop. The effects were gone instantly, as Uncle checked them out, as she saw the burn marks. You really were attacked, weren't you? His remains are over there, and we have a problem I need to tell Uncle and Gigi. Time skip. Are you sure? Said Sarutobi. Completely no, but he said the name, said Naruto. He knew a bit about what he was talking about. Then we would need to find more information, said Jiraiya. No, Jiraiya, not you. At least not alone, Yugito. I find myself short a genin in one of my teams at the moment. Huh? Both Anko and Yugito said. Naruto's teammate is in hospital for another week and a half. I want you to go with Jiraiya and get a ship ready to sail on the West Blue Ocean to the Grand Line. I refuse, Anko said. Hinata is just injured for the moment. You can't possibly replace her so soon. I am not, said Sarutobi. Anko, your team is going with Jiraiya across the ocean. An A-rank mission for the time. Need it for it. The mission will take long. I am sending her there, so that she can get used to how Konoha is run a little, without having to give up missions. And also, so that you can keep me here, and out of here at the same time, said Yugito. I know that things are thin with Kumo. That too, said Sarutobi. Jiraiya, I'm telling you this only once. She is far too young for you. Touch her, and she has my full permission to castrate you. Jiraiya and Naruto cringe. I agree with you on the age. She is more Naruto type anyway. Hey, both of them yell. Come on, we need to get to the closest port, said Jiraiya. As Yugito was off her headband, she took it and placed it on. See you soon, Naruto, she said. Now, Uncle turned towards Naruto. You need to go and apologize to someone. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see next parts and do, like, subscribe, comment down below, turn on the bell notifications they posted, remember share to all of your friends in social media platform, and also guys, I need up 3 channels that I'm making and making 2 and making 3. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button to become part of the making family. And thank you for all of your help and support, but I'm over now, see you guys soon, peace.